My name is Josh Perry, and I'm the component manager for the U.S. half of the new Gordie Howe Bridge project in Detroit, Michigan. And I work for Bridging North America, which is the design build constructor of the project. My role on the project is to lead the U.S. Bridge team through the completion of the bridge. Some of the responsibilities I have are developing the team and setting clear goals, as well as monitoring performance against cost and schedule. Also measure performance against safety and quality on the project. And then the ultimate responsibility is ensuring the timely completion of the bridge. So the transition area, or what we refer to as the upper crossbeam, or even further the UCB, it is the most critical and complex zone within the entire tower. So if you think about it in this regard, all loads within the full half of the bridge, the U.S. bridge for example, that the bridge experiences while in service, all those loads within the deck are transferred up the stay cables to that anchor head. Therefore, all vertical loads, even transverse side-to-side loads and longitudinal loads, all those are combined within that anchor head. They travel vertically down to the upper crossbeam, at which point all those loads are collected and then transferred, diverted down through the two incline tower legs. And at that point, those load paths continue to travel down to the footings and into the deep foundation drilled shafts. With the amount of rebar in the upper crossbeam, again, considering the criticalness of this zone, we had over 550,000 pounds of rebar and only 420 cubic yards of concrete that make up that upper crossbeam zone. The upper crossbeam was constructed in 3 phases. First phase was to build the horizontal soffit slab that really essentially tied those two individual inclined tower legs as one unit now. That soffit slab in some areas is upwards of 4 feet thick. After that was constructed, we then constructed the walls of the lift 1 of the upper crossbeam. And that's not unlike any other vertical concrete construction. We set rebar, set forms, cast concrete. Once we got a minimum strength, we jump up. And then the third and final phase of the upper crossbeam was repeating that for lift 2. That temporary platform that sits just below the upper crossbeam, that's predominantly for the stay cable installation crews. On that platform, we'll stage materials and equipment. We'll also have break rooms for the crews doing the work. And you can also see we've got that temporary elevator. So that's the access point for those crews. They'll take the elevator ride up, get off on that platform, and from there they can either get inside the anchor head to do some of the stay cable installation work or access another work platform that will be anchored to the exterior face. So the team that constructed the transition area of the upper crossbeam is essentially the same size team we had building the entire tower thus far. When you consider all our craft, all the B&A's self-performed craft, subcontractors that were involved, staff, supervision, and even some support services like quality and safety teams, we had upwards of 50 folks working on the tower. The next final phase of tower construction is to complete the pylon head, or also referred to as the anchor head. Now that we're through that most complex zone of the tower, it's going to be pretty straightforward vertical, concrete construction. Essentially complete a lift. We climb that exterior, external form system up to the next lift, install a bunch of rebar, close our forms, get them positioned properly, and then cast the concrete. And once that concrete is of a minimum strength, we're allowed to remove some of the forms, climb that system up again to the next lift, and repeat the process. So I would say number one, it's often referred to, on the project as it's a once in a lifetime or even a once in a generation opportunity, and it truly is. Number two, I would say with that is the project is an extreme challenge, both on a personal level and professional level. Three, I would say with the opportunity and the challenges that we face, you will absolutely grow as a professional in this industry. This project is, it truly is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I'm very fortunate, I feel, and very grateful to have been given the opportunity to have the position I do have, to be able to develop the team that I've developed and lead that team. I'm very grateful for the team that I do have working here with me, and I know they're just as excited to see this bridge get completed.